The story opens with a young woman named Ria, who was diligently pursuing her dream of becoming a lawyer. Her father, Harry, worked as a car mechanic, while her mother managed the home. Ria was their only child, and both parents adored her deeply. Ria excelled in her studies, which made Harry incredibly proud. To reward her, he gifted her an old car he had fixed up. Ria was thrilled to receive it. She was also in a relationship with a guy named George. They both attended the same college and were madly in love. Ria spent her days at college and worked nights at a bar to support herself. One evening, while she was working, a customer accidentally spilled a drink on her. Needing to clean up, she went to the restroom. Inside the bathroom, her best friend Sonia was putting on makeup. Sonia was getting ready to attend a party and tried to convince Ria to come along. But Ria turned her down, saying she had to finish her shift. When Ria returned to the bar, George playfully snuck up on her from behind. He was feeling flirtatious, and Ria welcomed his attention. The two stepped outside to share a moment, and just then, a luxurious car pulled up near the bar. Behind the wheel was a wealthy older man. As Sonia exited the bar, she waved to Ria and got into the car with the man. Ria and George exchanged puzzled glances, shocked that Sonia was leaving with someone who looked old enough to be her father. Later that night, after the bar closed, Ria's manager let her go, explaining he no longer needed as much staff. Ria lived in a hostel, and Sonia was her roommate. When she returned, Sonia was once again dressing up for another party. Everything Sonia owned looked expensive: designer clothes, high-end makeup, fine jewelry. Curious, Ria asked her where she got all these things and who the older man was from the night before. Sonia replied, "He's a friend who likes to spend time with me and gives me money for it." Sonia again urged Ria to join her at the party. Initially, Ria declined, but after some convincing, she gave in. That night, both girls arrived at a lavish party. The room was filled with wealthy men, all of whom were in their 60s or older. Surprisingly, each of these older men had much younger women clinging to them. Ria found the scene unsettling and couldn't help but be taken aback. The party had been organized by Sonia's boyfriend. At Sonia's suggestion, he introduced Ria to one of the city's wealthiest men, a man named Norman, who was also in his 60s. Norman complimented Ria on her looks and invited her to accompany him privately. Ria politely declined, saying she had only come to the party with her friend. Uncomfortable with the whole vibe, she decided to leave. It turned out that Sonia, along with other girls like her, made a living by spending time with wealthy older men, offering companionship, flirting, and sometimes more in exchange for money. The next day, while Ria was with George, she got an unexpected call from Norman. He expressed interest in getting to know her better and hinted at the kind of lifestyle she could enjoy if she agreed. Offended, Ria harshly rejected him. Later, she confronted Sonia, furious that she had shared her number with Norman. Sonia defended herself, saying, "He's the richest man around. Most girls would kill for a shot with him. If you keep him happy, your life could change." The idea lingered in Ria's mind. Sonia suggested that Ria at least meet him once. "If it makes you uncomfortable, you can always walk away," she said. After some hesitation, Ria agreed. The next day, Ria dressed up and went to meet Norman, who took her on a trip abroad on his private jet, their first time together. During the flight, he tried to get intimate, but Ria wasn't ready for that. Norman brought her to an opulent hotel where they dined and talked. Ria was awestruck by the extravagance. It was a lifestyle she had only dreamed of. After dinner, Norman handed her a check for $5,000 just for spending the day with him. Ria was stunned. The following day, her friends, including another girl named Molly, asked how it went. Molly, too, was in the business of being paid for companionship. Ria shared every detail with her. In college, Ria found it increasingly difficult to concentrate. Her thoughts kept drifting back to Norman, the way he treated her, the luxury, the attention. She confided in Sonia and Molly, who both encouraged her to deepen the relationship, especially if it meant more money. One night, Ria dressed up and headed to Norman's mansion. His driver, Mason, picked her up. Since she lived far from home, her father had installed a GPS tracker on her phone for safety. Before reaching Norman's place, she turned it off. Norman welcomed her warmly and gave her a tour of his grand estate, which eventually led to the bedroom. He made his intentions clear. Though Rhea was nervous, Norman's charm began to put her at ease. Despite his age, Norman was surprisingly energetic and passionate. Rhea eventually gave in, and after their time together, he praised her and handed over another generous check. From that point forward, Rhea stopped seeing George. Her nights were now reserved for Norman. In return, he showered her with money and lavish gifts. One day, George came by to see Rhea, hoping to spend some time with her. Rhea lied, saying she was busy studying. George noticed the diamond earrings she was wearing and asked about them. Rhea claimed Sonia had given them to her. Though George didn't argue, his suspicions were growing. Later, George went to the bar looking for her, unaware she had been fired. Instead, he ran into Sonia, who pretended not to know where Rhea was. Frustrated, George waited at Rhea's hostel room. That night, when Rhea returned from Norman's house, she was shocked to see George waiting. When he asked where she'd been, she lied again, saying she had been with Sonia. George saw through the lie and realized she was cheating. Despite her attempts to explain, George ended the relationship and stormed out. The next evening, Norman, pleased with Rhea, gifted her a brand new car. Rhea was ecstatic. They celebrated the gift together, but when Norman asked her to choke him gently, something he enjoyed, Rhea hesitated and couldn't go through with it. Norman wasn't pleased. He paid her far less than usual. When she questioned him, he said, "I have certain needs. If you can't meet them, I won't pay you for nothing." On her way home, Rhea was lost in thought and ended up in a car accident. The next morning, she showed the damaged car to Harry. When he asked about it, she lied again, claiming it belonged to a friend. That day was Harry's birthday. After dropping off the car at the garage, they returned home to celebrate. During the party, Rhea received a call from Norman, summoning her again. She declined. Norman was furious. Later, while repairing the car, Harry discovered the registration papers. It was registered under Norman's name. Realizing his daughter had lied and was involved with an older man, he was devastated. The next day, Harry visited Norman's house, where he also found Rhea. The truth hit him hard. His daughter was romantically involved with this wealthy man. Enraged, Harry tried to attack Norman, but Mason intervened. Harry took Rhea home with him. That evening, Rhea called Norman and told him she was quitting for good. Norman agreed, but asked for one last night together. Rhea refused, but he wouldn't take no for an answer. He contacted Molly and asked her to accompany Rhea. Eventually, both girls showed up at Norman's mansion. Rhea went to the bathroom, feeling unwell. Meanwhile, Norman and Molly engaged in a dangerous game. They began choking each other, but Norman went too far and accidentally killed Molly. When Rhea came out and saw Molly's lifeless body, she was horrified. Enraged, she took a different car and drove away. Norman ordered Mason to dispose of the body and follow Rhea with the intention of silencing her forever. Realizing she was in danger, Rhea reactivated her GPS and contacted her father. Before she could explain, Mason caught up and abducted her. He took her to a secluded area. Luckily, Harry tracked the GPS signal and arrived just in time. Mason tried to shoot him multiple times, but Harry fought back. As the two men clashed, Rhea seized the moment and knocked Mason out. Harry had already alerted the authorities. Meanwhile, Norman was preparing to flee the country, but thanks to Rhea's tip, the police apprehended him before he could escape. And with that, the story comes to an end.